here we go.
What's going on, IBL fans? And there's Eve here with the post commentary of this week's match up against the Chelsealeos, coached by SirHawker, aka Dan. And I want to first give my sincere apologies to every single one of you guys. I did tell you that I did want to do a live commentary, and all you guys over on my Discord have voted on a live commentary, but we did have a bit of a disconnection during the match, plus more near that the after the second half of the disconnection and everything, the commentary became something I did not want to share, and something that I prefer not to bring to the channel because it's very toxic, and it was on my own part, and I'd rather not do that to. First of all, I want to apologize to the coach. Again, it was nothing personal. I was just having a really bad day, and I kind of took the game too hard. So if that revealed anything, I am sorry, but I am going to do the post commentary right now. And if you guys enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like down below. And I'm really sorry for not doing the live commentary, but the disconnection really brought down the quality of the video by itself, and then it brought some more tilt along with the disconnection, because we had to redo the match like 3 or 4 times to try to get the perfect like the right amount of rolls on each move, try to get all the hacks to happen again. And with the very much like time constraint that we had, I was not able to do exactly what we had to do, so we played it out how we were able to, and you guys will see it in just a moment. But I do want to apologize to you guys. I did say I wanted to do a live commentary, and that was my own fault. But hopefully next week we were able to do a live commentary for the next battle. I'm very excited for next week. Again, I still don't think that we have a chance right now. Right before this match, we are 1-2, and our opponent SirHawker is right now 2-1. So, and he's also in our division, so we will have to win pretty much the rest of the season. Even if we win or lose this one, I think we still have to win the rest of the season to be able to make it to playoffs. Even if we don't make it to playoffs, I am going to thank every single person that has already supported like the channel, the team, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this like this season of the IBL. I've been finding flaws over over my team, and hopefully for next season I'll be able to we'll be able to kind of draft a little bit better. I really do like my team. I just find there's a lot of flaws in there. I meant to say make a video public. Okay, there you go. So this is the team that I decided to bring. Mind you guys, we did switch out the Latias for the Latias, and we decided to bring it in this week as well. But on my side, if you guys saw the team builder, we have the Star Raptor, Regis, Latias, Shaman, Escavalier, and the Infernape. On his side, he brought the Lantern, the Togekiss, the Duck Trio, the Cobalion, Serena, and Victini. His side looks very strong. During the live commentary, I predicted him to bring either the Scolipede instead of. I thought he was gonna bring the Scolipede instead of the Lantern, the Scolipede or the Drapion, but he decided to bring the Lantern instead. And I think the last one was the Duck Trio. The Duck Trio was a little bit of a toss-up between that or what was the last one? The Paloswine? Either the Paloswine or the Licky Licky. So he did bring the Duck Trio. We were ready for the Duck Trio with the Shed Shell on the Infernape, and that's what we brought in the back. But again, this was a whole lot of rolls and a whole lot of hacks happen where they were not supposed to happen, which is alright. But we're just gonna start into it. I respect my my opponent very much, and his team was super scary. He has a really bulky team, along with some really hard hitters. So the Dougie is always gonna be a problem. The Victini was always gonna be a problem. The Victini, I didn't know how to really prep for that, and I think I misplayed around it. But he sends out his Everglow the Lantern, which is a great start for him as I leave with my Staraptor. I thought he was going to lead the Victini just to get a quick little start off, but I should have known that he would predict that. So I'm stuck here with my Top Gun, which I knew I was not going to take any hit from this thing, so I decided to go for a U-turn. Again, we are short Scarf, so we are going to outspeed this no matter what. Either way, the Lantern is actually really slow, so it's fine about that. I go out into pretty much my special defensive wall, because anything this thing does to me, I'm pretty much going to eat. Like the Delightus, and look at, I take like 2%. I do take like 2%. And then he sends in the White Fruit, which is going to be the Serena. Here I was calcing. I thought he was going to go for a play rough right out the bat, so I decided to just go right out into my Lancelot. I should eat any hit, even if he goes for a U-turn. If he goes for the play rough, he's going to be stuck here, and I can go for a move. But unfortunately, he goes for another pivot, which is going to pretty much give all the momentum toward him. Here's where I pretty much made the big mistake of my life. I'm thinking, you know what? He's going to predict me to switch. He's honestly going to predict me to switch into the Regis because he knows I wall this thing 1,000,000,000%. And so he's not gonna go for a V-Create. So I decided to go out to Top Gun, expecting the Energy Ball. So I hit this thing with the Intimidate just because I think I can eat an Energy Ball. But he decides, you know what? A V-Create is gonna hit anything on him, and this was a high roll on his side. I was actually supposed to live, I think it was like a 58 or 70. Trust me, on the first time he got a very low roll. He decided to make a hard switch. I decided to just go for a U-turn to get the momentum on my side. Here I'm thinking, what can hit this thing super hard? Although his Everglow is going for a lot of. It's going to be taking a lot of hits no matter what. So with the leftovers, I think he's especially defensive. And the Shaman Lil here, my little Leaf Bubbles here is going to go for the best he can. Even if he wants to go for anything, I do go for the Sea Flare. Anything that's going to switch in, it's going to take a little bit of a hit. But not this special defensive wall. Oh my goodness, I did not expect it. And before the DC, this thing actually got a -2 in special defense, and I still switched out, me thinking I'm slower, which I'm actually faster than this thing either way, because he's really bulky. He goes for the Air Slash to just hit my Shaman super hard, and he withdraws his Emma, the Togekiss, to switch back out into the Victini as I go for the Ice Beam. And this is where it really sucked, because here I had some free damage on Victini, because it did freeze once we did the first round but this time it didn't freeze, so we decided, you know what, just go out even if the freeze never happened, because either way you were going for the U-turn. I just got a little bit of more damage because I did run the EQ on my Latias, so I did like 20-25% more, because his Victini was really bulky for some reason. So he decides to go out into his Cavalion as I make a hard switch into the Regirock, and I'm like, I know this thing's going to probably either set up or hit me super hard with something, and if he goes for close combat, the Drain Punch should do a lot more, so I just go for my Drain Punch. 123 in defense, I think it was, or like 113 in defense was just way too hard. He's still a +2, so I need to pretty much sack this thing off to the Cavalion. Even a -1 in defense, I do not kill this thing. This thing is so dang bulky, but the Rocket Helmet does come in clutch, and I sack off my only counter, my only check to the Victini. Yes, I could have probably gone into Shaman, but then I wouldn't have any anything for the Lantern, even though that Lantern was almost at half, so I couldn't probably done a lot of different things. But I do take it out with the Rocky Helmet. I pretty much gave away my only counter / wall to the Victini, and that was my own fault. But we both make a good switch. He goes into Lantern, I go into my Zuko. I calculated EQ does not kill from this range, so I decided, you know what, just go for the turn. He's most likely going to Skull to try to kill my Infernape. And of course, after all this was after we did it all like 3 or 4 times. Trust me, we did this thing like 3 or 4 times already, and this is where all the momentum goes toward his side while he gets the burn on the Skull. I don't think I've gotten a Skull burn yet. it must be nice. It must be nice. I don't think I've gotten this skull burned yet, but here's where I go for the energy ball to try hit this thing as hard as possible. And this thing's just so dang bulky. Latias was not doing as much work as I wanted her to because I wasn't invested in special attack at all. I was invested in health and in speed. So that was my own fault. I think I should have actually done speed and special attack instead, because 110 special attack is still really good. It's actually really good, so I should have done that. I dropped a Draco on whatever was gonna come in, because I knew I was gonna be able to hit it super hard, and I decided to drop a Draco on the Clara because I knew that was gonna hit him pretty much the hardest. And I think after a burn I do go out. If I don't, I think I don't actually. I think I live with very little, and I knew that the Dougie was just gonna kill me with any kind of move, and the Dougie's here to pretty much revenge kill everything, and he apparently has the Shadow Claw. Who knew? And it was a crit. See, all the momentum over his side, but the Latias dies to the Duck Trio. Here I go into my Lancelot, try to go for a knockoff, predicting the Bikini, and then realize, wait, Everglow still pretty much at kill range, so he goes into the Everglow. Unfortunately enough for me, that gives him a free switch into the Victini, which a V-Create kills me 5 times over. Even with a berry, kills me 3 times over. So it's kind of bad where like when the Victini is just such a big threat and I sacked it off. So right now it was 4-4, and you know, a whole lot of momentum was over on his side. I had to sack off my Top Gun, which I think was a bigger mistake on my part. I could have actually just I think I could have taken a V-Create on my Infernape. I think I could have taken a V-Create on my Infernape. I was a little bit invested in defense. Plus, this thing was not all fully attack. It was actually almost like it was more bulky than anything. So the Infernape came in, and I decided to completely misplay and go for an EQ when I could have just gone for the Flare Blitz. It would have killed it at this range and hit anything on the switch. So here I go for an EQ, and me being a really scaredy little pants, I go for a U-turn instead of just, you know what, if Flare Blitz 2 shots this thing, I can eat up an Air Slash. I can barely eat up an Air Slash, but this thing sets up the Nasty Plot, and I'm like, great job on his. He knew I had to switch. So he goes for the Nasty Plot, and this is where everything just gets steamrolled over, because he goes for the Air Slash. I'm thinking an Iron Head would kill this thing. An Iron Head, what is an Iron Head when you have a Togekiss with a 60% chance of flinching? Of course. And this is where I'm just like, this was a part of the live video where I went completely on tilt, where an Iron Head would have killed, and then the rest of the match I actually would have done a lot better. But you know what, I was fine. I'm like, I'm just going to sack off my Leaf Bubbles, try to hit this thing with HP Ice, sorry, and kind of bring it down to the yellow, and the Air Slash is going to take me out, especially a +2. I could eat up a neutral Air Slash, not a +2 one. A +2 one is just, who knew that? I did not think it was gonna go +2, but he brought a really bulky team with a bit of a setup, so I really respect that. So I go for Flare Blitz just to, you know, kill it, because I knew that this thing, if Flare Blitz does 42 to 50 something %, I'm like, if I don't kill it, then, you know, rip me. But that recoil, man, that recoil. Infernape's still picking up a kill. Infernape always tries to, he tries to do his best. He tried to do his best each game, and of course the Doug is going to revenge kill me with an EQ. EQ is just, I like Dougie. If I had someone else in the back, I would have actually been able to do just fine. But I did sack off my my Shaman to I made a mistake there by switching out in front of a Togekiss, which you can't blame me because that was a really safe play. But the Nasty Plot, I did not see that coming. But you know what? You win some, you lose some, right, guys? I want to give all of my respect to Hawk, to SirHawker, to Dan. Great battle, man. I really do appreciate that battle. He still had the Serena and the Victini in the back. The Serena was still pretty much at full. So it would have been such a hard matchup either way. But if you guys enjoyed this post commentary, please make sure to leave a like down below. It really does help us out. I was not going to give you guys the really salty Steve that I pretty much slander everything in life in that video, and I'd rather not bring that to the internet. That was not a very nice spot in my life. That's the reason why I wanted to do a post commentary. One, because it was, of course, it was a DC, so all the roles and everything was not gonna be the same by the time that we re-recorded everything. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below. Once again, I'm gonna get that coast out of here. Hopefully you still enjoyed this, and we will catch you guys next week for our next week's battle, week number 5 of the IBL. Sorry, week number 5. Jesus. Week number 5 of the IBL. That means we're pretty much halfway done with the IBL already. We're right now 1-3, unfortunately, but if we can bring it back, we have a chance to still make it to playoffs. If you guys want to show your support, that would be great. I'm gonna get that coast out of here, guys. Have yourself a great day. Stay nerdy, stay awesome, and I'll catch you guys next week. Later.